For years I've been aware of the hype surrounding the NBA 2K series, yet it never pulled me in. After all, I'm not into the real-world NBA games or even the sport of basketball itself. Thus, jumping into 2K19 was a bit of an odd experience since I had no real foreign knowledge of how the series has grown over the years. However, despite jumping onto this train incredibly late, I have to say that 2K19 has proven to be quite inviting even for a first-timer like myself. Playing through the prologue portion of the My Career mode was a nice crash course. The storyline itself was mildly interesting, and it made me feel connected to my character. While he actually has some real basketball knowledge, unlike myself, the whole crux of the story is that your character is a college graduate looking to join the NBA, but ends up having to prove himself before getting a real shot. It was a humbling experience for both the character and also myself, as I truly did feel like him, a rookie trying to fit into the great big world of professional basketball. Despite ultimately having pulled through, I must admit that I'm still not totally inept with the in-depth simulation-like mechanics of the game, but I'm a lot better than I was at the very beginning. Other than 2K19, my only real experience with anything from the NBA game series is last year's NBA Playgrounds. That title is totally more of an arcade experience, so it was a lot more approachable. Even so, I've actually been enjoying the realistic mechanics of 2K19. I'm still no good at defense, and learning how to land shots properly has proven to be a whole lot of hit and miss, but there's a charm to it. The game does do a good job at guiding you, with the AI systems taking over to partially pick up the slack. While it certainly doesn't win matches for you, it's good enough to make things feel more inviting. Despite my near total lack of any true knowledge of basketball, I was able to figure out pretty quickly what makes a good strategy and what doesn't. Of course, player stats also have a huge effect on the mechanics as well. Trying to control each player according to their strengths isn't the easiest thing to do in some matches, but the overall gameplay felt balanced enough to where I never felt totally stranded. When I lose a match, it truly feels like it's my fault for still being an amateur, but it's enough to push me to keep on going to get better. I suppose that's how real basketball players must feel too in their early days, and every other athlete for that matter. What I really enjoyed about the whole experience is how all the stadium matches are set up like they are on TV. The overhead camera angle, constant chattering from commentators, fancy transition animations after special moves, etc. Being sucked into that TV-like atmosphere put even more positive stress on me to try my best, since it gave the illusion that this was an actual televised match and I didn't want to embarrass myself. Sounds like hyperbole, I know, but that's the feeling that I took away from it. Though there are more normal matches where you'll find yourself playing friendly games on the street. This resonated with me more so since basketball is such a popular sport in my country. So it reminded me of all the actual street matches that have surrounded me for years. Though I've hardly ever participated in one outside of gym class, getting to do it virtually felt cool enough nonetheless. While the gameplay pleased me, I wasn't too won over with NBA 2K19's presentation, at least not all of it. The voice acting actually does happen to be pretty well done. There are a lot of cutscenes in My Career mode due to the prologue being in a movie-like format. Of course, all that dialogue is accompanied by the live commentary that plays during stadium matches. While it all sounds good, I wish the character animations and visuals were better. During gameplay, the movements of all the character models are fine actually. They're quite smooth and realistic, but the visual fidelity of the models are kind of basic for 2018 standards. The details just aren't completely there. Cutscene animation is especially simplistic. I would have much rather watched some CGI cutscenes rather than the ones presented, which are done with in-game visuals. The scenery visuals are also pretty lackluster, with very bland set pieces once you get outside of the stadiums. I noticed a lot of flat 2D textures all over the place, which make the game look rather dated, but the more important area was taken care of nicely enough. Matches typically never left the 60 FPS range, minus than when the game automatically cuts it in half to 30 for cutscenes. I consider my gripes with this game to be minor at best. I really didn't know what to expect when I jumped into 2K19 for the first time, but I'm pleasantly surprised to have genuinely liked it. I'm still not quite sure why the series garners so much hype every year though. I wasn't pulled in enough to become one of those fans that buy every single copy, but I will admit that it's proven to be an overall fun and engaging experience nonetheless, especially for a beginner like myself.